Our next guest is definitely looking to fill a need in the mining industry. After countless trips to underground mines and awkward trips to the porta potty, Alicia Woods wondered why, with so many women working in the mining industry today, why did they have to wear garments designed for a man's body? So she set out and founded Covergalls, which are coveralls designed for women. Her product was recently featured on Dragon's Den, and she joins us now today. Alicia, good to meet you and have you on the show.
Well, thank you very much for having me today.
So Alicia, I'm really excited to have you on today since you've created the first Canadian-made and designed coveralls for women in the mining industry. But before we talk about your product, I know you have a long history in the mining industry. You come from a family of miners, correct?
Both my father and my grandfather were involved in the mining supply and service sector, working and actually starting their own company, designing, rebuilding, repairing, and manufacturing new underground mobile equipment. So I spent my weekends in the shop when I was a little one.
All right, Alicia, so let's talk a little bit about how you came to think about this idea as a woman working in the industry, and I've also gone underground numerous times. I understand the challenges tied to wearing coveralls, so let's talk a little bit about how this idea came about.
Well, when I entered the industry, I guess almost 15 years ago, I had to go to the local safety store to pick up my full PPE, so that meant boots, hard hat, coveralls, belt. And to my surprise, there was absolutely nothing for women. So I bought the smallest that I could find. I even took my coveralls in because they were extremely baggy, loose material. I took them in to get about, 6 or 8 inches taken off the bottom. But it wasn't until I went underground for the first time and I asked, if I had to use the washroom, where would I go? And I was directed to the end of a dark drift, and I thought, oh no, there's a bigger issue with this coverall.
Enough said, Alicia. On that note, you've appeared on Dragon's Den, which is the Canadian equivalent of Shark Tank. What was that experience like?
It was an amazing experience. I have learned so much from doing the actual pitch back in April. But it was certainly intimidating and scary, walking up those steps and getting ready kind of on that plank, I guess. Getting ready to walk down and face the dragons was very scary, but certainly well worth it.
And you were one of the lucky few that actually managed to secure a deal with one of the dragons, correct?
Yes, I was successful in securing 3 of the dragons.
So since your appearance on Dragon's Den, Alicia, what has the response been like?
The response has been tremendous. Extremely positive. Within minutes after the pitch airing, I had, a handful of major companies reach out to me. A lot of the mining companies are actually creating initiatives, to attract and retain more women. And some of them are seeing the Covergall as a tool to do that.
And Alicia, have you had an international response to Covergalls? I know you're based in Sudbury, which is obviously a huge mining town, but has there been a response outside of Canada?
Actually, I've been successful in supplying Kinross in Russia with some of the Covergalls. And we've also supplied Covergalls up to some of the gold mines in Alaska. So we're certainly seeing the need outside of Canada.
Well, Alicia, that's fantastic. So I guess my next question is, what's next for Covergalls?
Well, we're certainly entering new industries. Since the airing of our pitch, we actually have sold product to farmers, women who, work on the farm, women in automotive sector, oil and gas, forestry. We even have, FR version, flame-resistant garments. Just this week, we received our new glove. We also have other pieces like a bib overall, pants and shirt being worked on. And because men are actually asking, well, we have the same, needs. What about a male version? So I am happy to announce that we've created the Cover Guy, which is the male version of the Covergall.
Well, you heard it here first on Kitco News, folks. Cover Guys is coming. So Alicia, what do the coveralls retail for?
So depending on the material, striping, and the color, they can be anywhere from $130 to $280.
Thanks so much, Alicia. I look forward to seeing you at this year's PDAC, where I'll be picking up my own pair of Covergalls.
Wonderful. I will have them there for you.
Thanks so much, Alicia. And thanks for watching this edition of Kitco News. And for all our American viewers, we wish you a very happy Thanksgiving.